Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. I've been talking about the election just about, since the election. That's all I've been talking about because of the inability to come to a result, to know really who won. As I said yesterday, it's really getting irritating, these constant referrals to Joe Biden as the president-elect. The election is not yet settled, but I don't want to talk about that today, except to give you a quick update because I'm recording this on Tuesday. You're seeing it on Wednesday. But just a few minutes ago, I just read that North Carolina finally has been called for President Trump, and the Republican senator running for re-election, Thom Tillis, he won his election, which is an interesting result because he had been predicted to lose. Well, so has Donald Trump been predicted to lose. We're waiting to see what happens because there are suits going on in Pennsylvania, I believe Michigan. They're still counting in Nevada and Arizona. There are potentials for recounts in Wisconsin, I believe. It's just a big mess, which is exactly what Trump predicted when it was announced that we would be having this mass universal mailing out of ballots, unrequested ballots. But I don't want to get off on that today. I want to talk about something else for a change, because today the Supreme Court heard arguments on Obamacare. Just to bring everybody up to speed in case somebody hasn't been really following this, some time ago a number of states sued to overturn Obamacare in its entirety because Congress had zeroed out the individual mandate. And the argument is that because the mandate has been zeroed out, that the law cannot survive without it, and therefore Obamacare must be overturned in its entirety. That case won in a lower court, and it went up to the Supreme Court. The arguments were today. It looks like that argument is not going to work from what I could see. It looks like from the comments of the justices, including the conservative justices, they said that you could separate the mandate from the rest of the act. So it looks like it will separate the individual mandate, put it that way, from the rest of Obamacare, and Obamacare remains in effect. I want to talk today about something that is puzzling me. In fact, I even wrote to a prominent attorney to ask his opinion, because the rationale that the Supreme Court apparently is using, their reasoning, is that though the Congress zeroed out the individual mandate, they did not eliminate the rest of Obamacare. They had a chance to do it. They didn't do it. That is the argument. But what I want to argue is that the reason that the Republicans could not do it, because there is this concept of congressional intent. What did Congress intend? That is another part of the argument, that because Congress did not eliminate all of Obamacare, then their intent was to keep all of Obamacare except for the individual mandate, which actually they did keep as far as the law is concerned. They did not repeal it. They just changed the amount of the mandate to zero, which for all practical purposes eliminates it, though of course a future Congress could raise the amount again. So I can see the Supreme Court's argument. What I do not see is this congressional intent angle, because the reason that Congress did not repeal Obamacare outright is because of the filibuster. To me, congressional intent is expressed by the actual votes of the congressmen and senators. In the House, they voted to, or they would vote, it's obvious, Republican House, which is what was in existence at that time, would vote to strike down or to repeal all of Obamacare. The Senate would do the same. I am sure that there were 51 votes there to repeal Obamacare. The problem was that the Democrats would filibuster and thereby effectively raise the threshold to 60 votes. But to me, 51 votes expresses the intent or the will of Congress. 60 votes, or the filibuster raising the bar to 60 votes, is not an expression of congressional intent or of the Senate's intent. It is a thwarting of that intent. That is what I think. I am surprised that apparently the lawyers arguing before the Supreme Court did not raise that issue. I didn't listen to the whole thing. In fact, I didn't listen to anything, just read the news about it. But my sense is that nobody brought up that argument because I've never heard that argument brought up, and I didn't see any comment on such an argument by the justices, or at least it wasn't reported. And I'm sure it would have been if this issue had been brought up. So I just wanted to express my puzzlement. I'm just sharing my argument, my concern with all of you, and I welcome all of you to share yours with me in the comments section below the video. But not before you give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and then you could put your and share it with anybody you think would also like the video, and then you could put your comment in the comments section, and you could ask questions, suggest future topics. You could also subscribe. I love getting subscribers. You could visit my music channel of original music. I put a link in the description, and I have a new song coming up pretty soon, if all things go right. And what is left, just to say that I appreciate everybody spending time with me, and that I look forward to seeing all of you again. Until I do see all of you again, I will just say bye.